What is up, humans? I look tired. Actually slept pretty well, so I'm designating certain days where I sleep a little bit more, but I guess when you're as sleep deprived as I am sometimes, because there's always work to be done, you're gonna always look perma-tired. But anyways, what we got going today is a full day of eating for a non-training day. And it's a little bit of a misnomer when I say non-training day, because I will be training, I'll be doing cardio. I do cardios on the days that I'm not lifting weights. Because like for me, I like to maintain my aerobic capacity, but I also don't want to do it on the days that I'm actually training, because I want as much substrate to go towards recovery. So the eating is going to be a bit different, but typically my training day macros are going to be anywhere between 37 to 3,900 calories, and on non-training days it's going to be anywhere between 3,000 to 3,200. Fat's going to be a little bit higher, carbs are going to be a bit lower. Not significantly higher on the fat, and the carbs aren't going to be significantly low. I think the lowest on my training days is 270, and then the fat gets up to about 110. Where on training days it's around 80, but that's because I have such a high carbohydrate intake. So I'm going to head into the gym and I am going to basically get this day started. I also do a modified intermittent fast on my non-training days. So basically what I'll do is I'll just push my eating window to later in the day. It's not hard for me to get in 3,000 calories a day, especially with like less time in the day, but you know, for me, that's what I do. So I'm gonna go to Phil's right after this and I'll explain why I go and get caffeine afterwards. But anyways, have a good morning, everybody, and I'll see everyone in a little bit. All right. I got a comment the other day on one of my videos. Was basically the person asked how come it always sounds like you're out of breath. Because I'm fucking fat, all right? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why. Whenever I start talking, I find myself getting winded. My cardiorespiratory fitness is pretty decent, so I have no idea why I sound like I'm getting winded. Maybe I'm just not breathing, I'm getting too excited, whatnot. Anyways, this is not about my breathing problems. I also have asthma, really bad asthma. I take 2 inhalers. I take Elvesco and I take albuterol. So basically the Elvesco is to help dilate the bronchial pathways, clear them up and things like that, so definitely helps. But anyways, enough of my medical history, let's get back to the video. Got me a nice Philharmonic from Phil's Coffee. So for any of my subscribers, all 25 of them, Phil's is this basically niche coffee place here in the Bay Area. Started in San Francisco actually as like a little push cart, and what they did was pour over coffee, got a storefront, and now they're all over the Bay. It is arguably some of the best coffee I've ever had, and you know, like I said, it's pour over, so they make it, you know, that's why their tagline is 1 cup at a time. So I got this with cream, no sugar or anything else, because like I said, my carbs are lower on my non-training days. So we're gonna take this down, probably wait 1 more hour before we have our first meal, so I guess stay tuned for that. Cardio was basically 30 minutes at a heart rate between 130 to 145, you know, for me. So it's just basically RPM is probably about anywhere between 70 to 80, level 10 to 12, so pretty decent. It's getting a lot easier, so I'm actually excited when I actually start prepping about a year from now, when I start getting ready for my first show, because, you know, the fact that I am promoting my cardiorespiratory fitness, the fact that I am not letting things slide, I'm tighter on my diet in terms of like my consistency and everything else. I'm really excited because I told you, I'm gunning for that IFBB Pro card next year. I got the size, I got everything that I need to do. I just gotta work on the quality and everything else. But anyways, stay tuned for meal number 1.
Hello people, still doing a full day of eating. Oh, hello beautiful people, because you're all beautiful. All my subscribers, all 25 of you. Anyways, this is going to be meal number 1. I'm a little disappointed because it's oatmeal with 2 scoops of protein and 1 scoop of PB2 powder, and I added a little bit too much water. I mean, I've had the right mixture solid because I took a lot of chemistry in college. Like, I had the right mixture, the right amount. Today I kind of screwed up, had a little bit of a dumb moment, so it's a little bit more like soup. So I'll say I'll be drinking this rather than eating. But anyways, this is what we got. Let that zoom in. There it is. Nice little money shot. There we go. So that's going to be meal number 1. Like I said, meals are going to be a lot different than a training day. So next week what I'll do is I'll film a training day, because tomorrow until Monday I'm going to be out of town. But yeah, so I'll be out of town for the next 4 days. And so I'll make sure to film one. So filming might actually be, I've been posting a video every day so far, which is my goal. But because I'll be out of town and like I'm not gonna be able to film as much as I want to, it'll probably be it. I'll probably film some training footage while I'm out of town. I'll basically be down in LA. So we'll see what happens. Trying to get as much training as I can. I have surgery at the end of the month. They're gonna remove this thing from the back of my head so they can run a biopsy on it and see what it is, make sure it's something innocuous, hopefully. But after that's done, I won't be able to train for a little bit, so we'll just have to see what happens. But anyways, stay tuned for meal number 2. All right, welcome back to the full day of eating for a non-training day. So this isn't really a meal, it's a snack. It's already pretty late. It is 1:40, so I'm gonna have to really double down on my meals. So I had breakfast, as y'all saw, was the oatmeal and the protein powder and the PB2 powder. And now what I'm going to have is some sunflower seed butter and a Quest bar. These are absolutely, is it gonna zoom? Is it gonna zoom? Is it gonna zoom? Am I gonna have to tap it? There we go. Bam, the money shot. So I uploaded my FitnessPal right there. I put the scan barcode option on, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scan that barcode. Boom, as you can see, scanning, and it's gonna bring the food up. I'm gonna put the serving size that I'm gonna eat. So 2 tablespoons is actually what I'm gonna eat, which is going to give me a decent amount of calories. Oh, a decent amount of calories, which is going to be about 200 calories. It's going to be 16 grams of fat, polyunsaturated fat mostly, and monounsaturated fat. 0 cholesterol, and only 2 grams of saturated fat. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this Quest bar. I'm going to go back, and it didn't do it. This is actually my second time trying to film this. Try to scan that barcode. Boom. Oh, and there you go. And it loads up the barcode right there. So if you're somebody who is struggling with tracking and you download my FitnessPal, it has that option. So if you eat anything like this, granted, as you can see, I got my scale here. I actually have about 4 scales total. So basically a serving is 32 grams. So if you want to be exact, we're just gonna go ahead and go like this. It's zeroed out, put it on the scale, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get 32 grams. How much is that? 27, 28, come on. There we go, perfect, 32. You actually saw me eat something on camera, oh my God. As I can say, my fat intake is pretty high on my non-training days, and I try to get as much healthy fat as I can. Sunflower seeds, nuts, all these things, they have a lot of health promoting nutrients in them. It doesn't have a lot of saturated fat, which is something that I try to avoid. So yeah, I'm gonna take out this Quest bar, and you guys will see what I'm having for lunch, because I think you'll think it's pretty interesting, so stay tuned. Hello and good afternoon, beautiful people. Let me take off my mask. That is, I'm gonna zoom in on that. Weechi or Ouchie. I don't know exactly how to say it. No one does, but you know, ambiguity is the spice of life, I think. So we have meal number 2. So I had my snack, the sunflower seed butter with the Quest bar. So now it's time for lunch, and it is really late. It's 3:40. Like I said, I'm so late because I slept in today because I desperately need it. But this is what we're gonna have. We got this Nishiki rice, which I cooked, and like I showed you, we're gonna go ahead and go in my FitnessPal. Boom. We're gonna go to scan barcode, just like that. That's gonna bring up the little camera, my ugly ass face. And what we're gonna do is we're going to scan the barcode. Is it gonna scan? There we go, it's scanning, and then it pops up just like that. Boom, perfect. We're gonna go ahead, oh, you go to 1 container. Sometimes when you go in this, the serving size won't exactly be where it needs to be, so you want to make sure that you are, you know, and that's going to be 340 calories total. Hit the check mark at the bottom. Boom, that's done. I got this bowl from Chipotle, but before we do that, we're going to take the Nishiki rice, and holy crap, this is hot. Oh my God, I'm terrible at this. And we're going to put that in the bowl. Boom, just like that. Now we're gonna take our chipotle, and there's no rice in this. What we have is a bowl, extra chicken, fajita, mild tomato, medium corn. I don't want to say it's medium corn, and lettuce. So basically just meat and vegetables. Boom. And we're gonna dump that basically, Jesus, oh, I fucking suck, into the bowl. Just like that. Boom. Ton of veggies, ton of protein, and like I said, all the carbs are going to be coming from, and all you're really going to do is just mix that with the rice. And I'll tell you why this is important. Now, if you want to be very exact, you can have put this on a scale and just kind of poured, you know, the chicken in to see exactly what it is. I'm very good at estimating, you know, with portion sizes. I'll say that's probably about 6 ounces of chicken. So they're giving you about 3 ounces when they give you the serving sizes and everything. And you just want to mix that up, mix that up. Perfect. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw on this chili pepper hot sauce. So, from Trader Joe's. And this stuff is good. Unless you don't like spicy. Otherwise, it's amazing. So we're gonna mix that in there, put extra flavor. Perfect. All right, that's good enough. Where a lot of people really make, God, I suck at this. Anyways, where a lot of people make mistakes with stuff like this is adding cheese, adding sour cream, adding guacamole and stuff. This can easily ratchet up the calories. Going for the beef, which has more calories, and obviously not being able to guesstimate how much rice that you're actually consuming. That's why I like doing the nishiki, because I know exactly how much rice there is, because that's actually going to be what's carrying most of the calories within a bowl, granted that you're not getting a lot of the high fat items. So I would have to guesstimate. I'll put it all in my macros later. Won't do it right now, but I'm guesstimating this is probably going to be around anywhere between 550 to 600 calories total. A lot of that, more than half of that coming from the rice. Probably about 180 calories coming from the chicken, and probably another 80 calories coming from the corn, another 60 calories coming from the mixed vegetables and everything else. So it's better to round up more than anything else, but I will put the macros once I'm done with this full day eating at the end. So that's meal number 2. Stay tuned for, I guess, my second snack. So see you later. Welcome back. Flex. I forgot to add that after big meals, I'll actually take down some of this, get this to zoom in, this BioK probiotic. 60 calories, vanilla flavored, just basically helps with my digestion and everything else. So when I have a very, very big meal like this one, I'll usually will take down that. So I'll take anywhere between 1 or 2 of those a day. So full transparency, that's going down with lunch as well. So once again, stay tuned for meal number, or snack number 2. What is up, beautiful people? We have reached the end of the day for this full day of eating, non-training day. So I will do a training day when I get back from my trip to make sure that everything is just sort of more or less where it's supposed to be. But anyways, actually, before I discuss my macros, let me go ahead and show you what my final meal is. So what we have here is protein pancakes. So that's 2 scoops of whey protein, organic coconut flour, some baking soda, cocoa powder, 70 grams of egg whites and 1 whole egg, with 4 tablespoons of sunflower seed butter. I know in my other video for my cheat day I talked about how I don't like nuts, but these are seeds. They're different. Anyways, I like the butter, so I like almond butter, peanut butter, things like that. I just can't physically eat them in their, you know, natural state. It's just not very appealing for me. I don't know why. Sunflower seed butter is literally like God's gift to humanity. It is the nectar of the gods. But anyways, like I said, we have MyFitnessPal. This is what we basically been, you know, logging all of our food on today, which is extremely important if, you know, weight loss happens to be your goal. I know people always think that I'm like bald underneath my hat because I have a hat on all the time, but I actually have a full thick head of curly Italian half Mexican hair. So anyways, where are we at? So at the end of the day, it is currently 6:45. We have 235 grams of protein. We have 270 grams of carbs. We have 100 grams of fat, which brings our total, well, before we get to the total calories, our saturated fat is 34 grams. Now the target that we don't want to go above is 36, which is good, so we're definitely within range. These are largely polyunsaturated fats that we're eating today. Saturated fats come from animal sources. Our polyunsaturated fats is 19 grams. Our monounsaturated fat is 25. Our cholesterol is 600, but that's not something that we'll really be concerned with because that's not too terribly high. Sodium is a bit high, but you know, for me, 5 grams of sodium a day is sufficient considering how much I sweat and everything else. The total calories is 2,849. So the goal for today was anywhere between 3,000 to 3,200. So I'm a little bit under. I'm not going to stress over it. Like I said, it's your weekly average is probably more important than anything else. So tomorrow the calories are going to be anywhere between 3,300 to 3,500 for a training day. And you also have to supplement if you're moving a lot and everything else. But anyways, that was a full day of eating for a non-training day. I hope everyone sort of saw what kind of goes into it. I know I was gonna have a snack. I said snack to my last video. I wasn't very hungry, and for me, it's one of those things that because everything was sort of shifted later into the day because I slept in, it just made more sense to just have this for dinner. But anyways, hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions of things that you would like to see in terms of, you know, nutrition, training, so on and so forth, you know, feel free to like and comment. You know, helps the algorithm, helps grow my channel and everything else. But until then, I will see you beautiful people next time. So take care.